And we're live. Welcome back to the Jespective, where I do cultural commentary, go over some life lessons, and everything in between. Guys, if you were with me here earlier today, you might have realized there was some issue with the audio. Got that fixed, so we're going to start from the top. Today's topic, we're going to go over Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Now, if you don't know who she is basically a content creator who has gotten famous over the past couple of months or so, largely for her, I would say, like pseudo pop psychiatry interviews. She had pretty big interviews with Nick Cannon and Cam Newton and Joe Budden podcast and all these other places. And she's really kind of making the waves. And I will give her credit. She is very talented, but that's not where her issues start. See, her issues largely start in a certain place when it comes to being credentialed. She is apparently not licensed, and she has not been able to provide evidence of her doctorate. And this is where everybody starts to have a problem with her, because ultimately, you can do whatever you want. You can hop on the internet and do what I'm doing right here. You can be a professional yapper, but if you're going to call yourself a doctor, then you absolutely need to have the evidence to prove it. And so what we're going to go through today is a funny saga where she's going to double down about not getting her doctorate. And there is going to be some dude who pops up out of nowhere and creates a fake school. Well, okay, it's an accredited school. Well, not really, but it's a school, and they're going to award her a doctorate. And Marc Lamont Hill is going to interview this guy, and hilarity will ensue. But in order to kick us off here and do it right, we're going to dive in. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more context on who she is and where this whole saga starts, because I haven't done any videos on this particular topic myself. But you know, let's have some fun with it, and let's get y'all caught up to speed. That way, as far as where we are at on this channel going forward, we can keep up with this crazy saga as it currently exists. So, without further ado, let's get into who she is and getting y'all caught up to speed with the characters and the focus of today's live stream. Okay, Cheyenne Bryant doesn't have a Wikipedia, but again, Cheyenne Bryant does not have a dedicated Wikipedia page, but she's widely known as a life coach, media personality, and a co-producer of MTV's Teen Mom Family Reunion. She has faced public scrutiny and online debate regarding the verification of her doctoral program from the now closed Argosy University. Okay, so, I mean, look, this whole university thing, we'll kind of break it down a little bit. I got a video for someone who's going to explain it a little bit better to us, but we're gonna kind of play along with what we have up to this point, and let's see what we will do. Let's get into a clip actually. So here's what happened. This whole controversy starts. She starts to get bigger, and then she eventually decides, hey, you know, I'm going to go on to the Breakfast Club. And when you go on the Breakfast Club, especially with something that big, and people start to question your credentials itself, they're not going to let you get away with showing up on the podcast and never addressing it. So they asked her about it, and this is what she had to say.
The conversation about your...
Also, guys, as always, I usually kind of speed things up on this channel. I go at about 1.25 speed. When we get to the next subsequent interview, probably going to speed up a little bit quicker. But if you think it's too fast, you let me know. Otherwise, we'll take it from here.
Doctorate because people can't find your dissertation online. Mm-hmm. How are you responding to that in this new era of your life?
I'm going to clear it up once on here. I'm not doing it again. And I'm clearing it up for my doc squad, for my fan base, for my audience who deserve to hear me address it. For the folks who have already made up their mind to not like me or not understand me, listen, I don't give a fuck what your narrative is. I would like for you to recreate it, double down on it, and run that shit, because I don't give a fuck about it. Now, to my doc squad, my fan base, my folks, you know, my village, it's very simple. I went to a school, Argosy University, completed an entire program. I went back online to get my official transcripts, because I was applying to a law school many years ago to be a professor there. And I had to provide my transcripts, right, to get hired. And I went to contact the school and say, hey, I need my official transcripts. I need my entire thing. And there was no school. I was like, okay, I'm confused. I Google. It says this school has been shut down. I said, oh, well, they got to have records. I mean, they were accredited when I attended the school. They were accredited when I finished the program. I go and look, there is a third party that has the records. Why I contact the third party, that third party only holds records for 2 years.
Now, listen, I got to say right off the bat, I'm not like the most educated guy on like the comings and goings of school systems and what happens here. But what she's basically describing to y'all right now is like a whole situation where this third party comes up. Well, first a school shuts down. Then this third party comes up to take over the records. And then basically they're just like, well, we only have it for 2 years. So if you're trying to go anything back beyond 2 years, it's almost like this university never existed. I don't know. I mean, if you ask me, it doesn't really pass the smell test. It seems kind of weird. I've had some people do some videos on this. I've seen some things and people are saying that's not necessarily the case, especially with the university that she attended, but we're going to let her finish and we'll get our we'll get some yap on the other end.
I was past my 2 years. So that means that I had no access to records. And then I contacted financial aid. You can't make up financial aid. It shows that I paid for a doctoral program alongside my master's program and my undergrad program. And they said, we can fully refund you your money under one circumstance. We give you your money back. You don't get credit for not a class, a course, a program you took in this university, at this institute. So do you want us to refund you? Or do you want us not? I said no, because I didn't want to risk the chance of them saying, well, we're going to give you back your money, and it wipes out your entire program. Luckily, I had, I do this with all of the schools. I had downloaded from the actual student portal my transcripts at that time, and I was able to get just about all of my transcripts, including up to like dissertation. But everything else, there's just no holding take for any of our records, which I think is completely effed up. Just in general.
They are going to kill you online this week.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
So she has no records. They just want to hate you regardless.
No, that's fine. And it's not even that there's no records that I don't. The school had a third party that carried the records only for a limit of 2 years. So it's not me. It's any student that attended Argosy. But again, it doesn't, how can I say it? It doesn't affect me, because if I chose to go get a license as an LMFT, I have my master's in marriage and child therapist. I have my hours. I can just take that and say, hey, let me submit these for licensure. And I want to go sit for my exam, and I'll have to do a study. I don't need a doctorate in counseling psychology to go get licensed as a therapist. That's what we're.
Okay. And so that last part there, I feel like is important, because that is true, what she's saying. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm taking her word for it. So let's just say that's true, right? Let's grant it that's true. That's fine. But then I think what the problem is also is that I don't think she's even licensed. So she has her master's and she has proof for that, I believe. But she is not licensed either. So then in terms of her being a therapist or a doctor, to be out here like, hey, I'm actually like treating my patients, doing my work while she's doing some of these, podcast appearances. The fact of the matter is, without that license, she is as good as me walking around and yapping to people and claiming to be whatever else. The difference is I'm not calling myself a doctor. See, I'm just saying I am a professional yapper, or at least working towards being a professional yapper. In which case, like, she's just like everyone else at that point. And that's kind of where the issue lies with her, is that she does not want to be like everyone else. She wants to have the extra prestige that comes with understanding that you are a person who has gotten the license and you are a person who has gotten the degrees. And that's great. But then get the license, or also be able to prove that you got the degree. And the story in which like you went to a university that just like mysteriously disappeared and there's no records of it. And basically, if you ever went to the university, you're kind of SOL. It's going to be hard for a lot of people to buy that ultimately. So, all right. So we're gonna transition here. Because you might ask, okay, well, this interview here, or maybe you didn't ask, but this interview here was a couple of months old. Okay, it's not new by any means. It's been around. And so then why is she back in the conversation? Why is she back on everyone's mind? And that largely comes in the fact that she did this TikTok. Okay. She did this TikTok where she basically decided to hop in. Basically decided that she was gonna hop back on in, right? Wearing this gown. All right. Now here's the thing. This is that Netflix trend that y'all know, where you got the Netflix, you got the music going on, the dramatic music, and you basically have like it's like a Netflix documentary style, and people are doing it. Probably be gone in a week or so. But regardless, she's here and she says, when Netflix does a documentary on Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, episode 1 will ask, is she really a doctor? Okay. Episode 2 through 10 will investigate why complete jealous, envious haters tried to prove she wasn't. Again, here is the problem. If she wanted to prove that she is an actual doctor, you can just show us her doctorate. I even heard people say that they don't even have a dissertation out for this woman. So I'm just like, every other doctor gets that, but like you kind of can't prove that right now. So you can call everybody haters. You can say whatever it is that you want, but you have to ultimately understand the power is really in your hand to kind of go ahead and break a lot of these internet things cycling around you. Now, what we're going to do is, we're not going to watch this whole thing. She's just kind of doing here. What we're going to do is we're going to get, before we get into the Marc Lamont Hill video, we're going to get into a video that kind of summarizes a little bit more, because I want y'all to have further context. Because again, I have not covered this topic on this channel before, and it's like a whole saga. Okay, so like video after video, I'm trying to get y'all caught up to speed so we understand the relevance of the Marc Lamont Hill interview that we're going to go through. But before then, we're gonna go through this video. Shout out to the YouTuber Hannibal is Hungry. We're gonna start going through parts of his video. Probably not the whole thing, but he's gonna give again some additional context to summarize some things. He'll probably re-mention some of the things we mentioned here, only to then bring us to the point in which we are in our interview. Again, it's all for context. It's all so that we understand what's really going on here and the hilarity that will soon ensue as we continue going. So without further ado, I'm going to put this on 1.25. And again, shout out to Hannibal is Hungry. Marc Lamont Hill exposes Dr. Cheyenne Bryant and mailed a PhD from an 8-week-old university. And again, we will be getting into that entire interview ourselves after this. Let's keep it going.
I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. My obedience is to God, not to people. It's very simple. I went to a school, RBC University, and I went to contact the school and say, hey, I need my official transcripts. I need my entire thing. And there was no school. I was like, okay, I'm confused. I Google. It says this school has been shut down.
Right from Amazon. Right from Amazon. Oh, man, no shame. No shame. I respect the game, guys. I honestly do.
Not
right
soon after that, I received an email, a cease and desist.
Check that out for a second. Hold on. I got to say something right off the bat first. This is me giving her a little credit. Part of me does not believe she's serious when she did this. I'm gonna be honest. I know what we're all doing in the internet / React community and whatnot. Everyone's, hopping on, taking the opportunity to say, I don't buy it. But I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't believe, well, partially. I don't fully believe that she was like, I am dead serious. I'm going to just put this thing on. I think she's partially just kind of trolling. Because you can honestly, given the backlash that she's getting and how everyone's kind of coming at her online, you can at some point understand that like she is, he's kind of leaning into the villain a little bit. At least that's what I think, right? If you are because listen, she can call herself a doctor and this and that. She's making her money online, okay? She's making appearances. She's doing guest fees, all these different things. And again, like I said, she actually is very talented. So this is not nothing on her talent. This is just about the credentials, right? But you might want to lean into the villain arc a little bit because it helps the attention. Now we're all talking about Cheyenne Bryant again. Her name goes crazier in the algorithm, and all of a sudden, her appearances and all these other things, they warrant a certain fee. But I would argue, on the flip side, I'm not 100% sure. I'm arguing against myself here, that I fully buy that, because even in the language here, she's kind of saying, and we're in episodes 3 through 10, we will investigate why complete jealous and envious haters tried to prove it wasn't real. And again, I'm just probably saying that like she probably really is upset about about the backlash she gets to it. So that's fine. You can be that, you can feel that, and then I'm arguing against myself on whether or not she's dead serious. But like seriously though, if you are serious in any way, like my girl, you went on Amazon for this. We live in the era where you already know people are gonna be able to find items quite quickly. So yeah, this is just funny. But let's keep it going.
Not soon after that, I received an email, a cease and desist, not to mention her name or to speak to the controversy. I scanned down to the bottom, and it was not from a lawyer, not from an attorney, not anybody who was barred. It was from Cheyenne Bryant herself.
So, Dr.
Okay, real quick, and I think he's going to explain it, but that guy is basically the guy, he's like a pastor, he does content as well. He's basically the one who kind of introduced the world to Cheyenne Bryant, I believe, but he's going to kind of take some responsibility for his faults, and then he tells a hilarious story that brings us into the broader interview here, but let's keep going.
University doesn't give doctors, you giving one, and that one is to Cheyenne Bryant.
Only one. So literally the university was created
And
in
who's
May.
that one? Is it Cheyenne Bryant?
Cheyenne Bryant. The university
Wow.
was just established in May 2026.
I'm sure you guys remember Cheyenne Bryant, the doctor. Everyone been going back and forth about. Well, Marc Lamont Hill, the man with real degrees, sat down with a man who handed her a PhD. And what came out of this is worse than fake. It's a degree that she didn't even know she had. It gets weird. It gets ridiculous. Let's get into it. So as you guys know, that a lot of people have been pointing out that a lot of her degrees seem to be fake. It seems like Cheyenne Bryant has not been able to basically explain or be transparent. And it seems like things popped off again as she did this Netflix style meme reel where she's sitting down in her graduation gown. I'm sure you've seen it before. Everyone's been doing this. And the problem is that a lot of people are complaining, or at least pointing out that that gown that she wore was bought on Amazon. As you can see there, it looks like you could buy that on Amazon, color for color. I mean, what's the chances of that happening? But it is what it is on that point here. And many people are complaining about the colors.
Can we please drop her off somewhere in Amazon and leave that bitch there? I don't know why she is so gung-ho on just doubling down on her extreme covert narcissism to prove something that she's not. She was confronted about not having a degree. All of this started from Joe Budden's podcast when she was saying that she wasn't licensed and she didn't need a license because she could charge. Now, mind you, that doctorate ain't on nowhere near that wall. It ain't even hanging on the wall. That's the first thing you should see is the doctorate. So you see the cap and gown and shit she got on. Look what we found on Amazon, y'all. Look. Where is that? This on Amazon right now. What they did was put together this event.
As you see, the gown has some turquoise blue panels and some little gold trim. Graduation gowns aren't just for looks. The colors actually mean something. There's a code. Every field of study gets its own color. Psychology degree that she says she has is supposed to be gold. A regular PhD is dark blue. Those are the colors you expect. So turquoise, aqua, that's not really on the list. There's no real field of study in this country that really uses those type of turquoise, aqua. That's not on the list. So the gown isn't just the wrong color for psychology. It's a color that doesn't really match any real degrees. It looks like it's been picked because she found this on Amazon and decided to wear it. Now, is the gown proof itself? No. People could rent whatever gown looks nice and never think twice about it. But the problem is, as you're gonna see later in this video, it's just a pattern of her desperately trying to make sure that people know that she's a doctor so she can continue whatever therapy business that she's currently doing. But before we
Yeah, okay, right there. That's kind of the point, right? Like the reason why she's leaning so hard into this is because she already knows that being a doctor, Cheyenne Bryant, comes with all the credibility that being a doctor is, right? Like unless you get to call yourself Dr. Pepper, you know, people care about that title. People care about the title of doctor. It's a big deal. I think everybody universally respects the title of doctor. Like most people conceptually, you know, tie it to medical doctors, but anyone who is a doctor, you understand, all right, you went through a lot of years of schooling and you did a lot to attain that. And so respect. And I'm not saying she doesn't have some degrees. I believe she has the master. Again, I don't know. I have to double check everything I'm saying about her at this point. But I believe that's the one she was able to provide some evidence for. And so it's just that if you are trying to call yourself this thing that you can't prove, then like you could just drop the doctor title and keep it going. But she doesn't want to do it because at this point she has doubled down and tripled down and quadrupled down so much damn times that she really can't afford to turn around and just be like, hey, by the way, I am actually not a doctor. So all the fighting I did, all the memes I did, this whole video I put up that got y'all talking about me again. We can't talk about none of that because, I'm actually not a doctor. She'll never do that. This is the thing that has to go down to the grave, to the very, very last day. So, shout out to her. That's kind of a terrible place to be, I guess. But let's keep it going. And again, if she really is, then I feel like she should easily be able to prove everyone wrong. But don't know why that hasn't happened. Keep it going.
We talk about that interview with the person who gave Cheyenne Bryant another degree. Let's talk about Pastor Jamon Bryant. Now, he was the one who first platformed her. Then he had to apologize for it. And then he said after he apologized, he got a cease and desist telling him not to say her name or talk about the controversy. And he said it didn't come from a lawyer. It said it came from Cheyenne herself. So now she's a lawyer now, and as well as a doctor with tons of degrees. Again, more nonsense here.
I shouldn't even have to do this. It's ridiculous. Over a month ago, I came to you and apologized for platforming Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Not soon after that, I received an email, a cease and desist, not to mention her name or to speak to the controversy. I scanned down to the bottom, and it was not from a lawyer, not from an attorney, not anybody who was barred. It was from Cheyenne Bryant herself. I said, I'm gonna walk away. I do not want to be a part of black on black crime. So I let it go, never addressed it, never mentioned it again until I received this email on yesterday from Dr. Jaquel Pitts, who is serving as the president of Indiana Southwest Christian University, who said to me in writing that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has just received her PhD in theocentric psychology. I did a quick Google search. Indiana, the whole state, does not recognize Indiana Southwestern Christian University, is not registered. The president claimed that the degree is in theocentric psychology.
The problem is if you are a real doctor with real degrees.
Yeah, I just oh, man. Guys, this next part is kind of funny because there is really no explanation for why this dude popped up to prove that she has a doctorate from this university that he just made up 2 months ago. And as we go through it, you just see it gets worse and worse. And I feel like, it's probably a good place to get into that interview. Actually, well, let's let it go a little bit further, and then we'll transition. I just want to make sure we got enough because he's going to start to go into parts of the interview, but we're going to just cover the main thing here today. So let's see where he's going with it.
And people are calling you fake. You don't send a homemade cease and desist letter to one pastor. You let your credentials speak for themselves. A desperate little letter to shut one man up, that's not what innocence look like. That's when panic looks like.
I've spoken to her directly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, actually that's a very fair point. This is kind of this is where I start to argue against myself even more, right? I was saying, oh, maybe she's leaning into the villain arc, but that act right there is kind of embarrassing, right? She's basically saying, hey, you're the guy who kind of gave me credibility originally, and now that you're kind of saying you want to separate yourself from me, and that's negatively impacting my image, I'm good on that, so I'm going to send you a cease and desist. And in fact, the cease and desist comes from Gemini. Okay, it's not even real. It's not a real lawyer. It's just kind of hey, by the way, stop. Okay, and I feel like it's on brand for what she's kind of doing right now. You know what I mean? Just it's the appearance of someone being serious, but all the while just not being it's fake. You know what I'm saying? It's the more and more situations like this that she has, the less people are gonna start to take her seriously, and then she becomes a giant joke. Like I said, listen, credit to her. If you're watching some of her interviews, I even have a reaction on this channel in the early days that I was gonna do of her. I didn't post it because I didn't finish it. And I was trying to find a different angle. Earlier days in this channel, I'm still trying to find my voice. And so I never got it posted, but it was actually her Cam Newton interview, I believe. And she is talented. Credit to her. I'm never going to take that away from her. But she could have just done that, been the professional yapper that, we kind of all are here on YouTube, and kept it. But once you decide you want to add that credibility and you want to be a doctor, then you just got to show it. And if you can't, then what are we doing? Right? What are we doing out here? Shout out to you, Jordan. Thanks for joining back in, brother. This I think you letting me know what happened there was a safe what's the word for it? You saved the stream. He saved the stream. I was looking at some of the earlier stats, and I was just like, I don't understand why things are looking a certain way, and then I understood it. No one can hear. So shout out to you, Jordan. Thanks for joining back in, brother. All right, let's keep it going. We're gonna hop into this main interview in a second. This is kind of the crazy part. Okay, this is kind of the wild part. But let's
Directly since the school's been open?
No.
All right. So again, shout out to Hannibal is hungry. This video itself is probably kind of like a clear, succinct version of all the yapping I'm doing today. If you want to check it out, I'm gonna leave a link to his full video in the description of this video itself. That way, I'm giving him credit, and you can give him a shout out to check out other things he's doing. I think his whole channel is basically about like exposing frauds. So again, on brand with what it is that he's doing here. But let's head on over. We're gonna get to Marc Lamont Hill, where he's actually gonna interview again this fake, the president of this fake university, and I will call it fake. And he's gonna go in the beginning. They're gonna go a little bit through kind of like the weeds for, their accreditation and all these different things. But I just find it very funny because as we're gonna see, that this guy basically goes through all these hoops to prove the pastor wrong, this dude wrong, and say no, not him, not just him, but the internet, and say no, in fact, she does have a degree. She does have a doctorate, and it's from my school that I made up 2 months ago. So let's get into that piece right now, and let's get here. Again, as I always mention, I always have to put it up front. I'm going to make the playback speed a little quicker here. We're going 1.35. They're kind of talking slow. I feel like we can do this. If you feel like it's too fast, you let me know. If you feel like you can go a little bit faster, because there might be an argument for 1.5. Let me know as well, because I might just do it. But let's bring it up a little bit. Or Marc Lamont Hill is going to get right into the conversation with this guy.
Rather than guess, I said, let me bring the man in himself. Let me bring the brother in himself, who could help us understand what's going on. So joining us right now is Bishop Jaquel Pitts, who is the president of the university in question. Bishop Pitts, thank you for joining me. Thank you especially for joining me on short notice.
You're welcome. Yeah, thanks for having me, Dr. Hill.
It's a pleasure. Please call me Mark. I'm not into the titles too much. It causes problems.
Okay.
By the way, he's being kind of hilarious here because Marc Lamont Hill is actually a doctor. Okay, he's actually a doctor, and he insists on calling Dr. Cheyenne Bryant Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Okay, I listen. I think at a certain point the marketing and branding kind of goes there. I might have been calling her Dr. Cheyenne Bryant this whole time too, but I might have to adjust my tone here. Make sure it's right and just call it Cheyenne Bryant until we get that proof. But yeah, that's a little joke right there. I see what he's doing. Saying how the doctor stuff causes problems, but he's actually a doctor, so he got the respect. He just decides when or not he wants to wear the hat. Let's keep it going.
So talk to me. I'm sorry, we live, so I'm working out the light situation as we talk. Okay. First of all, what is the institution that you are president of?
Indiana Southwest Christian University is an institution that I'm the president of. It's a private Christian university. It's not like secular universities that offer a vast array of subjects like business and biology. It only offers subject matters that pertains to fields in ministry, spiritual counseling, theology, Christian education, church administration, sacred music, Christian art, canon law, church communications, spirituality, and social work. So it's Christ-based. It's not a secular-based institution.
Continue, please. I mean, interrupt.
So we only offer religious-based degrees, and we are recognized by the state of Indiana. I believe I've sent your team official documentation from the state of Indiana recognizing our university. So Dr. Bryant's false claims that we're not registered or recognized in the state, I just want to provide education. So a religious institution or a private Christian university can apply for religious exemption that allows them to operate without any formal secular accreditation. And in regard to receiving federal student aid funds, there are certain institutions that choose not to participate in that process, and so they go by a process of religious exemption. So what we have is official religious exemption from the state of Indiana, which we provided a copy of the letter to your team. If you don't have it, I'll resend it.
Yeah, I have it right here. Let me pull up this letter, because as I'm trying to zoom it in for my audience here, but as
I know way none of us gonna see that, right? But let's let him read it, and I got some thoughts.
Said letter. It explains what religious exemption is, and it says that it will allow organizations and institutions to be exempted if they have a clearly religious nature, which you're saying you all are. The one thing that it seemed to me, though, that came up at the end of the letter, if I'm not mistaken, is that they will now review your case to see if they will give you the exemption. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct. What the letter, based on my interpretation, stated that if there's anything that modifies with the curriculum that we are disseminating, there will be a further review, because the curriculum has to be strictly religious in nature in order for us to receive the religious exemption.
Okay. So as of now,
All right, I'm not gonna lie, because for a second there, it sounded like he was saying we are gonna get this religious exemption, so we don't have to go through the regular accreditation. But I ain't even got it yet. Let's. That's what I heard. That's probably not what he's saying. Maybe something about if they make some further changes, they need to re-review. But let's let them clear it up, and then I got a lot of thoughts, because I'm already like not liking a lot of what I'm hearing here. But let's keep going.
you're saying that the organization has been granted a religious exemption and is accredited by the Indiana's Commission on Higher Education.
What I'm stating is that we have been granted a religious exemption by the state of Indiana, as verified in the letter. In regard to accreditation, we have accreditation, but it is not recognized by the United States Department of Education. There is no actual mandate. There is actually no mandate of accreditation. We are not mandated to have accreditation recognized by the United States Department of Education. There's also religious institutions that specifically object to secular accreditation, but we do have accreditation, but it's not recognized by the United States Department of Education. However, there is no law mandating accreditation.
Okay.
All right. Listen, I'm gonna say this. This is something I personally have a problem with. Right? I understand that I'm gonna take his word for it that there might not be a law if you have this other route in which you can make yourself a official university and get an exemption for certain accreditation. Great, I guess, but I'm just gonna say it's something that me personally, I can't take you as seriously if you get something from this place, because every other school has to go through basically a certain they got to jump through certain hoops to maintain this accreditation. It means that it really is a certain prestige. Everybody knows that there is a universal standard that this school is living up to when you decide to go and get your education from the school. It means that it means something when you pass the classes, you get the transcript, you get the diploma, and you walk away. It stands for something. If this thing did not have to go through the same accreditation as all the other schools, and you have some loophole that you kind of just made up, not a loophole that you made up, but you have your own accreditation that you apparently your own private accreditation. I don't know to what degree, what is the reputation of these places? How do we know if their style and their rules and what it is that they are measuring is even good? We have no idea. So for me, it's one of those things where it's not necessarily saying, you don't necessarily have the evidence as to say that these private accreditation mills, whatever it is that they are bad. But I'm just if y'all don't have to follow the same standards that everyone else, how is it that I can really take you serious? Right? For me, kind of a hard sell. I'm going to say that personally, but let's keep it going. I think the ridiculousness has not gotten into full effect yet, but we will see it quite soon. But this is kind of this is setting the groundwork for what it is that we will see. Let's keep it going.
Understood. So you are not accredited, but you are exempted from those by the accredited organization, and you're standing in that as a principal choice, not as we're not good enough to be accredited. You're saying we're not based on our religious nature.
No, we are accredited, but we're not accredited by secular accreditation that's recognized by the United States.
By the people that accredit. So just so our audience understands, I'm not trying to nitpick and then I'll move on. Most universities are accredited by certain bodies. Y'all aren't accredited by those bodies. Y'all are accredited by somebody.
Yeah, those are called. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that. They're classified as regional accrediting bodies. We're not accredited by regional accrediting bodies for two reasons: due to our religious beliefs, and because there's actually no law mandating accreditation.
Okay.
He keeps bringing up the whole there's no law mandating sure, but then again, I'm saying, if you're not going to go to those regional accrediting bodies and you keep saying there's no law, then I'm just what does your school even mean? And I feel like he is setting himself up for failure here, because he's when he tells y'all, when we hear it, why he gave Cheyenne Bryant that doctorate, I put no stock in this school. I just want to say this from now until the end of time. If anyone goes to this school for any reason, comes up with any degree, I'm sorry, you have no respect for me. Okay? I can respect someone, learning and doing things. I'm going to say that clearly, but don't act like your degree holds the same weight as anyone else's. I'm going to say that right now. Just say you took some classes on YouTube like the rest of us, and all is well. But like, nah, okay. let's keep it going. We're gonna get into this a little bit, but yeah, he's kind of letting the groundwork down for what's really going on here.
Fair enough.
But we are accredited by a religious form of accreditation that accreditates religious degrees.
Understood. I have here a copy of Dr. Bryant's doctoral diploma.
Yeah, doctorate degree.
Yeah, doctoral degree. I'm sorry, but it's a diploma. But yeah, it's a doctoral degree for sure. I mean, it's definitely paper. And it says Indiana Southwest Christian University hereby confers upon Cheyenne Bryant the degree of Doctor of Psychology, Theocentric Psychology. So,
All right, hold
on the
okay, hold on. Let's see. All right. So this is the degree that he gave Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Okay, he just gave her this degree. So it's saying it's a Doctor of Psychology for Theocentric Psychology with all rights, honors, and privilege thereunto pertaining, given at the University of the Year of Our Lord 2026. But the school ain't really even got serious accreditation. So like, what does this mean? You ask me, this is like I can go on Google right now and print this up, and it means nothing. If the school doesn't have the same type of, if it doesn't go through the same rigor as other schools. But like, he's going to prove to us that he doesn't go through the same kind of accreditation and that he can just make stuff up and pull it out of a hat and say, you're a doctor. And by his standards, I might be a doctor for whatever this degree is, if I can keep up at this YouTube stuff. Let's keep it going. We'll get into why that might be.
Email you sent, you all offer Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy, correct?
Correct.
But here on the paper, it doesn't say that. It says Doctor of Psychology.
That is correct. So for this particular case, we decided to offer a Doctor of Psychology degree to Theocentric Psychology. This particular case is a very profound case. Just to give some background on why I even made this decision, it's because this has been talked about matter for a consecutive amount of years. And I took the initiative upon myself because she has 2 honorary doctorate degrees. I took the initiative upon myself to give her a earned doctorate degree. In her interviews that she possesses online, she says, I'm a Doctor of Psychology. If you go back to her previous video, she says, I'm a Doctor of Psychology. I'm a Doctor of Psychology. So that was the primary reason why the degree is classified as a Doctor of Psychology, because I wanted to validate her self-fulfilled prophecy. And also is there are individuals who doubted the validity of her degree. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to step up and I'll grant her a degree. And now there's proof that she actually has a degree.
Okay, so, all right, stop. Stop. Guys. Guys, did you just hear this man? Did you just hear what this man just said? He literally just said the reason why this degree is the degree that it is because that's what she was saying online, right? So he's basically trying to say, I gave her the degree that she spoke about as in his words, so that way we could get through her self-fulfilled prophecy. I spoke it into existence, and he's like, and I made it so, okay? And number 2, he's basically saying, oh, well, and then people online are over here challenging her degree and challenging her validity of being a doctor. And so I wanted to make it so, and so I gave her this degree. This is why, if you get anything from this school, I cannot take you serious. Okay, there's nothing serious about this school. It's accreditation practices, whatever it is they're doing, especially when they can hand out doctorates like this all willy-nilly. All right, did they even say honorary? Please tell me it said honorary on there and it didn't just say regular. Please tell me it said honorary. Does this say honorary? All right, I don't know if the honorary ones always say it, but like, my guy, what is this? Oh, I shouldn't have gone forward because now I gotta listen to him give us that BS again. Guys, you gotta understand how embarrassing this is, right? Like my guy literally just said to y'all just now, we just gave it to her because we wanted what she was saying to be true online. Okay? We just gave it to her because we didn't want her to be embarrassed anymore by having to prove that she may not necessarily have the doctorate. We just decided that we was gonna make her dreams come true and make her not a liar by giving her a degree. And that way she can take our degree and promote us as well as a totally legitimate school while fighting off her haters. Guys, do not be this man, okay? At any point in your life, when you're going forward trying to do things and make the world a better place, don't do what this guy is doing, because this is absolutely embarrassing. And this is another level of I mean, it's got to be another level of simping, right? My guy made up a whole school so that he can make Dr. Cheyenne Bryant Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. That is wild. All right, let's let's see if I can find the right part in the video, and we'll let him keep going. But like, oh man, don't be this man. Please don't be this man.
She possesses online. She says, I'm a doctor of psychology. If you go back to her previous video, she says, I'm a doctor of psychology. I'm a doctor of psychology. So that was the primary reason why the degree is classified as a doctor of psychology, because I wanted to validate her self-fulfilled prophecy. And also is
look at Marc Lamont Hill.
There are individuals who doubted the validity of her degree. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to step up and I'll grant her a degree. And now there's proof that she actually has a degree.
So doctors, your university doesn't give doctors of psychology, but you've given one, and that one is to Cheyenne Bryant because of her self-fulfilled prophecy.
No, we provide doctor of psychology degrees, but it's rare that students elect to pursue that degree.
How many doctors of psychology have you given ever?
Only one. So literally, the university was created.
And who's that one? Is it Cheyenne Bryant?
Cheyenne Bryant. The university was just established in May of 2026. So in regard to
there's no way. This guy can't be real, guys. He can't be real. He's not real. He's not a real person. Okay? This is AI. This is not a real person right now. He's trying to be very serious. Hey, look, listen, guys, very seriously. Okay? Very seriously. This school has awarded many degrees, and we do award degrees in psychology, but a lot of students don't pursue it. Oh, okay. How much students have you given this degree to? Oh, just one right now, but like totally legitimate and real. Who's the one? Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. My guy.
Dr. Bryant's narrative about the school not being registered, it was just started in May of 2026. So it's not going to have any type of standing online. It was just established in May of 2026.
How many doctors have you given out total since May?
Only one.
So in the history of the school, which started
in May
8 weeks ago,
yes,
you've given out one degree, and that is to Cheyenne Bryant. So if you've only been open for 8 or 9 weeks, how have you been able to do an earned doctorate? I mean, I understand an honorary doctorate because that's based on life contributions, social contributions, status, etc. But an earned doctorate is usually done through coursework. You can do coursework in 2 months.
Okay. And this is the point I was talking about, right? I tried to go back and look at that paper, and I'm like, I don't fully remember. I got to check. Well, here it is. Marc Lamont Hill brought that up to us because you know what? He actually has degrees. He's actually a doctor. And so he knows there's a difference between an honorary degree based on life work, achievements, and impact. And then there is an earned degree, right? An honorary degree, like take like a, Bill Cosby or something. You can get a whole bunch of those throughout your life and all your achievements. But like if for whatever reason people don't like you anymore, like in Bill Cosby's case, then they can just revoke those from you, right? They bestow them upon you, they can revoke them. But an earned degree, that is yours for life. No one can take that from you. You completed the coursework. You got what you got, and it is what it is, simply and simply. All right. But why it's kind of funny is because he is about to say he gave her an earned degree. Okay. He gave her an earned degree. KZ, shout out to you, my guy. She might as well have gotten her degree from Dr. Umar's school. She'll have the same credibility. Yeah, I mean, listen, pretty much, right? Like at this point, there's certain characters that I felt like over the past couple of years, I liked them when they first came out for certain reasons, and it was like, oh, I respect the game. I like their social media presence. I see how they handle this. But then there's certain folks when they really started to lean into like, I need you to take me serious. I'm doing some academic stuff, and then they just wind up being proven to be frauds time and time again. Those are the folks that I'm just like, I'm noticing these folks over time. Dr. Umar is one of them. When he first came out, I thought he was hilarious. I thought he was funny. I thought he was serious about it. Over time, dude is full of shit. Okay? Like, I can't take Dr. Umar serious anymore, like at all. There's always those funny memes in the comments where it's like, oh, Dr. Umar won't like this. Who cares? Okay? Throw Dr. Umar out of here. We don't take him serious neither. And I totally agree with you, KZ, that her credibility is pretty shot at this point. Though I feel like she probably has better credibility than Dr. Umar. I don't know. She has to have better credibility than Dr. Umar at this point. But yeah, let's keep it going. Oh man, it's just like the wildest of things. But But all right, here we go. So Marc Lamont Hill is about to ask him about the earned degree that she has. And I need y'all to understand that I know I've been talking crap about this school for like the past 30 minutes, but I assure you what he's about to say right now gives me hope for getting my doctorate as well. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with what's required of an earned doctorate. It usually takes 4 to 6 years.
Yeah.
But as a private Christian university, we actually reserve the right to waive traditional policies and procedures. So how we conducted that particular decision was we initiated a process called prior learning assessment and credit for prior learning. And what that is that's an assessment on one's previous work in the field of psychology or theocentric psychology. And that is a process where we grant credits based on their vocational experience, their career background. There was also a forensic analysis conducted on the therapy sessions and life coaching sessions conducted by Cheyenne Bryant, and she has approximately 20 or more publicly available. And we made the assessment based on her prior learning and her work in the field of psychology to provide her with this Doctor of Psychology and Theocentric Psychology degree. It's a very rare occurrence, but because it's a very controversial subject matter, we decided to take the step up and give her what she rightfully earned. We were compelled by her story about Arkansas University not providing transcripts and not having records. So we stepped up and gave her transcripts and her degrees.
Did you attempt to get her?
All right. Oh, man. All right, hold on. Actually, I think Mark's about to answer my question. And that was going to be, this guy just did all this stuff. Oh, we did a forensic analysis on her studies and all that stuff. And I'm just like, did you even look at her transcripts? Like, did you do the minimum? And I feel like it's not going to happen. But let's, like, that's where he's going with this. I'm almost certain.
When you applied, did you look at any of her transcripts?
I didn't actually have access to her transcripts.
My guy!
I didn't have access to her transcripts.
Why not?
That is a very tedious process to even acquire someone's transcripts. I have to contact previous universities. But what we did was made aware of is that
you just go online and you type the name, you enter it, you give them like I think a small fee. It takes about 5 minutes.
Yeah, unfortunately, we wasn't able to do that. However,
don't take this guy serious, all right? Get this man out of here, okay? Get this man all the way out of here, okay?
You stupid.
And then, listen. My guy really just told us right now, it's a tedious process to gather transcripts. And as Mark brought up, he's like, yo, it's like the 5 minutes. You go on there, you pay like the $10 fee, and you can get someone's transcript. It's not that serious. Like, this guy just bestowed upon Cheyenne Bryant a doctorate, and it's not even an honorary doctorate, it's an earned doctorate. And he couldn't even take 5 minutes to get her transcripts from her other school. You see how crazy that is? And we're supposed to believe that this school here is supposed to be like a serious school. Like I said, anybody in life ever, if I ever come across you and I see you have anything from this school, I'm sorry, you lost all respect for me. Like none. Like after this video, there should be this school should have approximately 0 students. Okay. Oh, sorry. 1, because we got Cheyenne Bryant who actually graduated from it, but everyone else do not show up at this school. Everything that we are hearing about how this school is processing and what it's doing lets you know everything there is to know about how serious you should take this school, which is not serious at all. The toss up is right there between Cheyenne Bryant and Dr. Umar. Oh yeah, no, it's starting to get kind of crazy here. I'm not gonna lie. His group chat probably laughing their ass off during this interview. Oh yeah. Like this can't be real. I refuse to believe this is real because he's trying to come off of a serious guy. And you know what? You know who I give a lot of credit? I'm gonna give Marc Lamont Hill's credit here. Because he's actually trying to not laugh in this man's face. I couldn't even do it. You see how he's like, the most he's doing, and he's like making like little faces with his eyebrow. Like he's just like, interesting. Eyebrow raise. Oh, it was a $5 fee. Eyebrow raise. Nah. Listen, Mark, we get it. Okay. It's $5 fee for an eyebrow raise, but you understand that this guy's full of it because he's trying to convince you that this school is actually serious when in fact, it is the farthest thing from it. Let's keep it going.
We are aware that she does have a master's in psychology from the University of Phoenix based on the viral Netflix video that she posted. If you look closely in the background, you see her master's of psychology degree. What we did
her master's degree.
Man, I'm sorry, guys. I know I keep pausing the app again, but he's saying we know she has her master's degree based. He said we know she has her master's degree based on this video right here because we were able to pause and zoom in and see she has a master's degree. Again, any serious school, any place worth its salt is able to simply gather the transcripts and confirm the information by themselves. But instead, this guy says, I went on the TikTok and I actually decided that I was going to just zoom in and see what we had there. There's no way. There's no way. University of Phoenix. Yeah, that's the different school for the masters. Listen, I'm willing to buy she has that one, right? Like I believe that one, but it's the other one that I'm not believing because you got the school that disappeared and she can't find the transcripts anywhere and all these other things. But still, like my guy, like this guy has to be joking, right? He can't this can't be real. That instead of him actually going for the transcript, he is trying to convince us that he just zoomed in on a TikTok video. Like that's not please, please tell me this is not real.
By zooming in on a Netflix video.
Yes. She claims on her public biography that she has a master's in psychology from University of Phoenix. And when you look on the video, you'll see it. We did confirm her attendance at the doctoral level. However, we are aware that she does have a master's in psychology from the University of Phoenix based on the viral Netflix video that she posted. If you look closely in the background, you see her master's of psychology degree.
So you confirmed her master's degree by zooming in on a Netflix video?
Yes. She claims on her public biography that she has a master's in psychology from University of Phoenix. And when you look on the video, you'll see it. Also, we did confirm her attendance at the doctoral level of her participating in courses at Argus University as a doctor, as there are various students who stated that she was in the same class. So that's verification that she attended doctoral level classes at Argus University. So that was one of the determining purposes. I'm not aware of that, but however, based on her competency,
she attended all the classes and didn't pass any of them.
Based on her competency level and her aptitude level.
Wait, hold on. What did you say?
Aware. And when you look on the video, you'll see it. Also, we did confirm her attendance at the doctoral level of her participating in courses at Argus University as a doctor, as there are various students who stated that she was in the same class. So that's verification that she attended doctoral level classes at Argus University. So that was one of the determining purposes. I'm not aware of that, but however, based on her competency,
she attended all the classes and didn't pass any of them.
Based on her competency level and her aptitude level demonstrated in the video.
So he doesn't have a transcript. He's confirming her degrees based on what he sees on a TikTok video and zooming in. He doesn't know that he can pay $5 or $10, whatever it is, to go online and actually get her transcript for her doctorate or anything that she claims she has. He's saying that she passed certain classes and that he gave her an earned degree just based on her competency. But with school, there is proof that you pass certain classes because you can check a transcript and see that they passed the classes. He has no idea what she actually did. He's basically just saying, I gave her this degree because she is pretty and she does a lot of yapping online. And my guy is simping extra hard because this, like I mentioned earlier, is next level simping. In order to create a whole school to give a degree to some girl that you see online because she is a good yapper, my guy. Where's that meme? Y'all know that meme where you have the and what is it? It's that guy. He has the hand. He's like talking to somebody. He has his hand on his shoulder. I feel like doing that right now. My guy, you really don't understand what's going on here right now. But Jordan, online schools and fake schools. Yeah, like honestly, this feels like just a snowball effect for how BS just keeps rolling downhill and it gets worse and worse. We need Cheyenne Bryant and Sadia Khan in the same courtroom. Jordan, honestly, why did we even go to school? Why did we do that? We wasted our time. We could have just went here. Like we could have just skipped the line and just we could have just skipped the line instead of going and getting a degree at a good school. We decided, you know what? That's stupid. That's stupid. We can just get a professional yapper to show up and just hand us a degree and say, I'll just take your word for it that you guys actually did the coursework because that, what else are we talking about? Man, it's just so wild. I cannot believe this.
We're pretty sure that she passed the courses.
Are you a psychologist?
I am a therapist. Are
you trained as a psychologist?
I am trained as a psychologist.
So what do you look for?
Nah. Yeah, we could have got honestly, yeah, we could have gotten some Punani for this level of cover up. Honestly, yeah. I mean, dude, this dude's going all the way right now. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. Well, sorry. I don't respect it. But what I'm saying is just like when someone goes that far, like there's a little respect in there. I don't respect this guy or the school. But like, I kind of respect the effort. Follow me here. There's a little respect in there, but this is embarrassing. I don't know how I feel about it. Well, sorry. I know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel with the conflicting realities that I don't respect anything that he's accomplished here. But at the same time, this is next level simping. So like, you got to give credit where it's due, because he's changing the game. You know what I mean? He's doing something that we ain't been done before. This guy created a whole school. So that way, some girl online won't get asked for her to provide proof that she actually is a doctor. I mean, she could have just proved she was a doctor, but nah, that's too hard. Instead, create a whole damn school and give her an earned degree for it. That's really what we should be doing out here.
Because I'm not. That's what I'm asking. So what do you look for to know if someone has demonstrated competency in the field?
So number one, are you presenting psychological theories? Are you talking about behavioral theories? Are you demonstrating ideas about personality? Are you demonstrating ideas about motivation? Are you providing solutions to behavioral issues that exist? Now, what we will say is she may not be an elite psychologist, but there are certain factors such as the solutions that she provided to couples.
Would you consider an expert or below an expert?
I'm going to say that she's competent in the field of psychology.
Okay. So the reason I ask is because you gave her a doctorate degree. So if you're not an expert or not elite, then why would you get a doctorate degree?
Well, I'm not implying that she's not an expert. I never said that she's not an expert, but
you're not saying she is.
I am not qualified to make that determination.
You're the president of the university that gave a degree, and you're saying you're a doctor. You have a doctorate in psychology, and you're a trained therapist. So if you're not qualified to do it, then how are you qualified to give her the degree?
Well, I'm definitely qualified to give her the degree. As far as an expert,
how are you qualified to give her the degree?
I'm the president of the university. We made the executive decision. It's within our right. We're a private Christian
I know
university.
you have the right to do it, but we're talking about like qualification in terms of expertise and knowledge. You're saying you're not qualified to assess whether she's an expert or not.
The reason why I state that is because I firmly believe, as someone who is a psychologist, that you should have a presidential position in the American Psychological Association to make that determination, as that's usually made during licensure, and they validate the aptitude and the eliteness and the competency levels and the informational techniques on whether or not you're profound in your field, because there's a difference between earning a doctorate and being licensure. Those are two different things.
Oh yeah, we went down the licensure road, Doc.
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm just thinking about this. When you see someone talking, when you see someone talking and like, you just know they're full of it, and you wonder to yourself, like, damn, my bad, guys. Oh man, hold on. Oh, all right. Sorry. I was gonna say, like, it's funny because, like, you see someone talking, and you just think to yourself, like, do they think they're getting away with this? Like, do they think that we believe them? Like, I don't. Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm dying right now. All right, I'm gonna let it play because, like, I can't even get a thought out right now. I'm just laughing because I'm like, this guy is so full of it. All right, get serious on y'all. I'm gonna get serious on y'all. All you can do is laugh. This is content. Honestly, I'm stuck right now. I'm rebuilding my abs laughing at this dude. It's very hard for me to take this serious right now because I'm just looking at his face like. I had this on 1.5 speed, which means this guy is yapping like I might have to slow it down so we can see the actual speed to which he is trying to BS his way out of this. And Mark is starting to get a little bit more pointed and less like he's giving him less of a pass, right? Being less accommodating. And he's just asking him basic questions. And it is the funniest thing I've seen this entire time. So all right, let's keep it going. This is bad, man.
I'm with you. We wholeheartedly on that. Where did you get your doctorate from?
I got my doctorate from Northwestern Christian University. I also have another one from Atlanta College of Liberal Arts and Sciences.
Okay. And your doctorate is in what?
I have a doctorate in counseling and a doctorate in business administration.
Okay. Is that university similar to the one that you run now?
No.
The one you got your counseling degree in, is it accredited?
It is accredited.
By whom?
That I don't work for Northwestern Christian University. I only attended that. I don't know.
Is it one of the regional ones that most schools have, or is it like a religious one? That's what
it is. It's a regional accredited. It's a regionally accredited institution.
Okay, cool. And when did you get it?
I got it in 2021. I also have a postgraduate degree in educational psychology from Liberty University. I'm pretty sure you probably heard of Liberty University.
That one I've heard of.
Okay.
That one I've heard of.
Okay.
Yeah. So How did you connect? And I'm asking about tomorrow.
So his schools, the one that he got his degrees from, are accredited. And so they actually carry the weight and respect that they should carry. But for everyone else, you get to go to his fake school where he gets to sit there and make up things for why people deserve degrees based on just like internet yapping. And I'm hoping that through my yapping and through my perseverance here on the Jespective, that I too will be able to earn my doctorate degree with some time. So we're just gonna keep the yapping going, and I think I might be able to get there. He went from therapist to counselor. Yo, he's everything. He's everything. That's what we're not getting. He's a therapist. He's a counselor. He's the principal. He's the president. He's the judge. He's everything when it comes to the school and what he's doing.
Right. How did you connect with Dr. There's a lot of Bryants here, a lot of Dr. Bryants here. How did you connect with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant? How did this happen?
How did this occur was I did a qualitative research on who was speaking about Cheyenne Bryant. So what I did was I looked online, who's talking about Cheyenne Bryant, who's releasing press releases about Cheyenne Bryant. One of the most notorious media platforms that was discussing about Cheyenne Bryant was Dr. Jamal Bryant. So I decided to send him an email and inform him of what occurred. Also, it was very personal because I didn't really believe in his behavior and his decision-making. He's a pastor. And so for him to criticize Dr. Cheyenne Bryant about and speculate on whether or not she had a degree, I don't think that was Christ-like, as that's a huge contradiction in the Christian tenets. You're not supposed to deteriorate and be derogative towards your fellow Christian. So I didn't necessarily agree with that stance. But because he took the stance on, apologize about placing her on the platform. Because he took that stance, I want to provide him with information. Hey, here's the proof. She has a degree.
So basically, you were saying,
I wanted to simp, and I wanted to prove that pastor wrong and show that she had a degree that I just made up. Gotcha.
if she don't have a degree, instead of crapping on her, we're gonna get her the degree.
We're gonna get her a degree because she's our sister. And what occurred, what the narrative that she projected is unfortunate. I'm not someone who's going to try to fact check on whether or not what she said is true or not. That's not my job. What she said was there was a university who fraudulently manipulated her. And not at one time did no one step up and say, this is our sister. We're going to try to help you get your degree, or we're going to try to help retrieve your degree. Instead, the masses criticized her. And not one university stepped up and gave her an earned degree. There were two that gave her honorary doctorates, but not one stepped up and said, hey, we could attempt to acquire the transcripts in the National Student Clearinghouse and see what type of credit she got and grant her access, grant her credits. Nobody stepped up. Instead, they just criticized.
Let me raise a hypothetical. And it's just a hypothetical.
Okay.
If she doesn't have the degree and she wasn't telling the truth, how would you feel?
I will forgive her. Because
would you want to give her this degree that you gave her?
Yes, because of her circumstances. Was go ahead.
No, please.
She endured extenuating circumstances. I cannot verify if she had the earned degree from Argosy, but what occurred to her was very devastating. And I know if it was me that occurred, my heart would be broken. And so this has been a very controversial issue. And I just wanted to attempt to assist and provide support where I can as the president of Indiana Southwest Christian University. And it's unfortunate because that could have been a situation where she probably stopped her studies at all. She probably just stopped because when you look at her.
Have you spoken to her directly?
No, I have spoken to her directly. Yes, I have spoken to her directly. Have you spoken to her
directly since the school's been open?
No.
Okay, so you've just spoken to her in life. You haven't spoken to her as president of the university.
Yes, correct.
This is embarrassing because what I'm gonna let him finish, but this is embarrassing because Mark basically asked him, he says, hey, by the way, I need to ask you a question. If it comes out, she eventually admits it. Hey, you know what? I am lying. I actually don't have the doctorate. Like, my bad. It is what it is. I'm no longer gonna double, triple, quadruple down. Would you still give her the degree? And he's just like, yes, because she's been through a lot. And I'm like, yo, like this is the simp king right here, guys. Like what is going on here? You know what I mean? Like, yo, I can't. Basically, he's saying, I decided we're going to give her that degree no matter what because we like her, you know? And there's really nothing she can do that would change her minds. You talked about all, I basically look at what she did and I'm like, hey, you know, she did enough in life to basically get an earned degree, not an honorary one, an earned one that usually comes through coursework based on what she's done. But if she comes out and says that, hey, I ain't do half of what I said I did, we still gonna give it to her because she's been through enough of people accusing her of not doing what she said she did. So guys, you have to understand that what we are looking at is top tier bullshit. Okay. It's pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Can we get the answers to the questions she answered on her test to get her degree? At least I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like I'm saying the same thing. Listen, I have a bachelor's, and that's as far as I went. I don't even think I want a master's now. I just want to skip and go right to a doctorate because it is possible. If y'all like get on here and trash me enough, then maybe this guy, you know what? I gotta find someone who's gonna do what this guy is doing for Cheyenne Bryant for me. You know what? I see you on there. I see you on these YouTube streets, streaming at night, and I appreciate your struggle. So here's a degree, because that's pretty much what she did. This guy is saying it don't even matter about her coursework at this point. She been through enough. She earned that degree from my eyes. Absolutely ridiculous. Get this guy out of here, man. I can't. This guy's a mockery of the education system. So like, if someone's trying to say, if someone has something to say about college is BS, it's not real, whatever it is, I usually can never stand by that because I know how it has benefited me in my life and given me certain opportunities. But like, I don't stand with this guy. Okay, if this is the type of college you're talking about, then maybe you got yourself a point. I'm just gonna say that right now. But let's keep it going.
This was actually a surprise.
Did she know? So she didn't even know you gave her this degree.
She doesn't even know.
Got it. Okay, so that complicates things a bit. So then, this then in defense of,
and you know what? I've been going a lot. I've been going crazy on her this whole stream. But I'll give her credit there. He apparently gave her a degree that she don't even know about. So if she publicly acknowledges this degree, then I'm going to have to do a whole nother stream roasting her along for that. But for now, he's basically out there simping hard body. And, he's doing something for her that she has not quite accepted just yet. So let's keep it
this
going.
is in some ways in defense of Dr. Bryant then, because I can't hold Dr. Bryant accountable for getting a degree from what some people, not me, but what some people would call a diploma mill or a fake university. I can't verify your university one way or the other, so I don't want to speak ill of it. I don't know enough. I don't have enough information to speak.
It's fake, Mark. It's fake. But, it's fine. It's fake. You can just say
I can't blame her for getting a degree from this place if she may not even know she got the degree.
You're
she
correct.
might find out Mark Bryant's fee today.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
Okay. Well, this has been fascinating, my brother. Genuinely fascinating. How many students do you have now?
Right now we have 250 students. We're very small. Private Christian.
That ain't bad for 2 months.
No.
That ain't bad for 2 months.
No.
How much does it cost to get a PhD out there?
It costs a lot. It costs a lot. It costs $75,000.
No.
How much does she pay?
No. Stop.
She didn't pay a dime.
Is she gonna get a bill? I mean, she don't even know if she's gonna get a bill.
Stop.
She didn't pay a
Stop,
dime.
man.
It was on the
So
house.
this is kind of like an ad.
Stop.
This is kind of an ad for your university in a way. So university
No,
as well.
it's not an ad. It's actually me genuinely trying to assist someone who has.
And he got
been
his
under
degree in
tumultuous scrutiny.
2021 during
And
COVID. Oh yeah.
Gotcha. So what's the game plan? You gonna send her the degree? How you gonna unveil it? It's gonna be like a.
It's already been mailed. It's already been mailed to her PO box. Her PO box is public information, and I've already mailed her a copy of the degree and her transcripts.
Nah.
Wow. You think she's gonna use it?
Regardless, I really don't care. I really don't care.
You don't care if she promotes it? Okay.
I mean, at this point, it's sort of she's at the end of her career. She really has no. She said it. She has no aspirations to be licensed as a psychologist. She's had a successful career as a life coach. She may not use it. As you stated, it's not a prestigious university, so she might not use it.
I'm not saying your university is, your university is not prestigious, but one day it could be, right? I mean, everything has to start somewhere, and I'm not going to dish your university just because it doesn't have accreditation or faculty or a building or anything like that.
Absolutely.
Those things come over time. I saw her PhD, and before I let you go, I saw her doctorate was signed by you on the left there as president of the university. Who on the right? Who's vice president of the university?
I'm vice president of the university, and just to
Nah. Nah, guys, no. We've been trolled. We've been trolled this entire time.
It's just not recognized by the United States Department of Education.
True. It's recognized by God?
By religious accreditation organization.
Okay, fair enough. So this degree is signed by the president and the vice president, and they're both you?
Correct.
Solid.
No way, guys. This is not real. Oh man, it hurts. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh man. It's not real. It's not. It hurts so bad, guys. All right, listen. We've been trolled. Okay? We've been trolled. This is not real. This is not real. Like I said, oh man, this I can't even get the thought out right now. Oh man, this is bad. Spend that. All I hear playing for 75,000. He better be backing her this hard. She basically paid for a lawyer. Yo, it's so funny because everything about this school is just so fake. And I'm just trying to see how serious, like it's, oh man. My guy said it was signed by the president and the vice president, and they're both me. And he's charging $75,000 for this PhD, man. Like, sorry, this doctorate. Imagine actually, if anyone sees this video ever, and you happen to be one of the 250 students going to the school, I need you to contact me, please. I have to talk to you about this because I need to know what you're doing with your life. And there's no way. There's just no way this is real, okay? We need you remember like those law offices? We need to start like a commercial. We need to help for the affected victims of this school because this is what this is going to be. This guy started this thing right now. If there's any students going to this school in a year, we're going to see the ads. They're going to be out there. If you went to this guy's fake school and he gave you a fake degree and you can't use that degree for nothing because no one takes it seriously because it's not accredited and you basically could have got it for a pretzel and a Pop-Tart and basically a pretty smile, then by all means, this don't mean nothing. This don't mean nothing. I just like cannot believe that this guy is not trolling. I think I fell for it. Seriously, I was sitting here, I was taking this guy seriously and thinking he was just like terrible. And I think I think this is like one of the greatest trolls of all time. He has to be. This can't be real. Like he has to just be a legendary troll, and we're all falling for it because this is like, oh man, this is wild. This is wild.
Okay, I think that's all of my questions, Doc. I'm really grateful for your time. What do you hope, and I'll let you go, that Jamal Bryant take away from all of this?
What I want to say is I have the utmost respect for Jamal Bryant. I cannot be upset at Jamal Bryant as I think that a lot of his narrative stems from ignorance. He stated that he couldn't even read the accreditation certificate. He stated that the school was not recognized by the state, even though there's documentation from the state. All I can hope and pray is for Jamal to change his heart regarding Cheyenne Bryant and to implement a more Christ-like ideology and forgive her for whatever speculation that you may have and attempt to uplift her. And that's all I can hope. And like I said, I have nothing but the utmost respect for Pastor Bryant.
That makes a lot of sense. By the way, in your letter to Pastor Bryant, you said that you couldn't release her transcripts because of FERPA. FERPA that's like the academic HIPAA, right? That's like the law that protects students so you can't share their records, right?
Yes.
But you don't actually have her records.
I do have her records.
How'd you get her records?
I'm the president of Indiana Southwest Christian University.
Nah. You see his face? He's laughing right here. He says, he didn't get her actual records. He made up the BS records to go along with her BS degree. And now he's saying, I have her records. I'm the president of the school, and I can't give you those records. But he made them up. They're fake.
Wait, so you don't have any of her previous records. You just have the records over the last 60 days.
Yes, I have her official transcript from Indiana Southwest Christian University.
But there is no transcript. She didn't take any classes.
There is a transcript. She has it. It's in her mailbox.
Yo, stop.
How many credits did she get?
Stop.
She attained 60 credits.
So you only need 60 credits to get your doctorate?
At our institution, yes. There's many institutions across the state that you can get a doctorate with 30 credits. There are some institutions you can get 30 credits. Oklahoma State University, Liberty University, Campbellsburg University. There's very small schools. Yeah.
Got it. I know exactly what kind you're talking about. Okay, Doc, I want to thank you. This has been great. Appreciate your time.
All right. The kind of schools he's talking about are the fake ones, the diploma mills, basically the BS schools as well. The ones that can have like the ones that really the federal government should be cracking down on, but like, they probably ain't gonna happen right now. This guy, if he gets to stay in business for a little bit, I'll give him a couple of years. Get a Dem back in office, and this guy is cooked. Just get a department of education head who ain't gonna stand for any of these scams in the name of a profit, and this guy's out of here. I can't right now. I'm starting a university next. Yarn, I'm telling you right now, we in the wrong business. If this guy can go out here and charge $75,000 for a fake degree, and he's making up fake transcripts and handing out fake credit, and he got 250 students, then what am I doing? I'm not saying all those students are getting a PhD, but whatever they're doing, they are stupid. So they are prime customers. They are prime customers. You know what I mean? We start in school. There's just I can do it. The Jespective University. You know what I mean? I can make it sound fancy too. I can send out a transcript and all that. Transcript. I'll go on Gemini. I'll print out some diplomas for y'all. This is great. We could do this too. You know what I mean? I was looking for a new side hustle. What am I doing? Trying to find a way to make an honest living. That's not how you do this. Like I must be stupid. You know why I'm stupid? Because I went to a regular school that's actually accredited. Had I gone to this school, I would probably learn scamming is the art. Scamming is the art into the future. I just did not know. I'm stupid. My fault. My fault, guys. Sorry about this.
You're always welcome back here to talk. Thank you.
All right. So after this train wreck, that was a mess. Let's jump in real quick. This is the new hustle. Tell folks you started school for $75K. A student, one fool who buys it pretty much made you successful. That's I just need a handful. If I get one student every year, that's a decent baseline. But you're gonna get more than that. So you're gonna be making pretty good money. You need like 5 students a year at 75,000. You're gonna be straight. You're gonna be straight. You're gonna be fine. You are actually gonna do pretty good in the upper middle class at that point. You can start Yap University when you teach us how to yap for 10. You know what? You're right. I might. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna probably shave my head bald, get the glasses like Andrew Tate, talk about some Yap University, standing in front of the camera like this all day. We gonna get this going. Matter of fact, this guy ain't got the baldy. I can pull it off like this guy too. You know what? We'll go in the middle. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out how I need to present myself. But Yap University sounds like the right thing to do at this point. All right, guys. We got one more clip. Courtesy of the Joe Budden podcast. We have shout out to MTR. I was looking for this video before, but it's not the one. Shout out to the Joe Budden podcast. We're gonna find Marc Lamont Hill goes on there and just does like, hey, we got like a 6-minute clip. He kind of talks about this interview that he has with everyone there. Because honestly, this is one of those things where I was looking at him and there's moments where I just saw like his face right here. I look at that and I'm just thinking he's looking at him thinking, right? Like there's no way he thinks this guy is serious, right? And so I'm just like, I wanted to hear what he thought about this because he was very diplomatic during the course of this conversation in a way that I don't think I could have done. Because it's just this is bad. All right, we're gonna hear him talk about it, and then we'll probably wrap up the stream for today. Let's get Dr. Marc Lamont Hill's thoughts here on his interview with the scam doctor, and let's keep it going.
Mark, I really appreciate you bringing this HBCU uniform topic to the pod while you on absolute fire out there for smoking on that pan. I love you bringing us this topic. That's peace. And then to your platform, bringing on that shit. That's sizzling, smoking, piping.
Mark was on bullshit.
This boy is good.
I wasn't trying to be. Yes, you were.
Mark, let's do it. Give it to us, man.
Yes, you were. Was it?
Nothing about the read in this email that you got to book or whatever. You were like, oh, this will be a healthy, good.
Well, that's the wild thing, right? I saw this video come out with Pastor Jamal Bryant talking about that situation with Cheyenne Bryant and this dude. And I saw the internet dude was working like 15 minutes. They had dudes LinkedIn up. They had his phone number. They had the his Gmail account that was used for the university. For the school.
Come on, dog.
It was upgraded. He had Yahoo before that.
Oh, shit.
And so I was like, I said to my team.
Gotta book him.
Yeah, I said.
Gotta book him.
Well, in fairness, it was a Saturday night.
That's what he said. Oh, it's a layup.
Yeah. It was a Saturday night. My wife
Got him in the scope.
Yes. My wife had going out. She left me unsupervised. I had like a good hour.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah. I said, you know what? Let's see if we can book him. And I was like, he ain't doing shit.
He ain't doing nothing.
I said, when are you free? He said, what you doing now?
See?
I was like, oh, let's go. he don't. That's the thing. And so I assume anybody who had the balls to make a university and give out degrees had some game. I actually expected it to be like a joust.
Like a duel.
Yeah. I thought I liked my chances, but I didn't think it would be like this.
Like that, yeah.
When he said,
he didn't think it would be an absolute embarrassment that he had to play easy for because he realizes that the guy was completely out of his depth because he was full of shit. So, mind you, Marc Lamont Hill has done a lot of debates. This guy used to formerly be a CNN regular, so he's used to debate and jousting and going back and forth and all these things. So, when you talk about hiding your power level, dude was hiding his power level a great deal. But let's keep it going.
You know, give me 5 minutes to get settled, and I opened up, and he was sitting in front of a project or a apartment building with a Gucci shirt on and waves. No, I mean, you're the university president. We just talked about uniforms and shit, and he clearly didn't go.
What was your first thought when you cut the camera on this?
All right, that's another thing too, right? This was a university. I it came to my mind, but all the other things he was saying was so ridiculous that his environment and how ridiculous that was even occurred to me at first, right? Like, you're a university president, you about to do an interview on a like, I get it, Mark's YouTube is not like the biggest thing in the world, but like, you know, you're gonna be in public here, you got a new university, he has some stain, he has some reach, and so you would think that someone would like actually like try to look presentable. Dude was standing in front of like a random apartment building, just like, you know, holding up his phone. That looks ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying you gotta have like a setup like this going, but like, I would expect you would do a little something, and that's not even. It's just like nothing about that was serious to me, guys. I refuse to believe it. But you know what? Some damn good laughs it gave me today, because I couldn't even get my point out a couple of times just seeing how ridiculous that dude was.
So I'm sitting there.
This nigga.
Got him. That's what he said.
I was like, make sure this is monetized.
Sure.
I double check monetization on YouTube when I saw that nigga. I was like, oh, this is about to go up.
Because Mark, I do think Mark is a diabolical shady bitch, right?
Oh, yeah.
But there's no way that Mark could have known the gold that was about to come.
No, that's what I'm saying.
How could you have known?
That shit was like falling from the sky when this nigga.
Yeah.
And mind you, all that shit I done, he emailed me the degree. He emailed me all that shit right before we started. So I'm reading it as I'm doing the interview. That's why it took me a second. Right. But like, I was like, you giving me this shit? And then every question I asked him, like I said, 'cause I looked at the diploma and I saw two signatures on the left and the right, and they looked similar. I thought it was his wife. So I was just like, who's the vice president? I thought he would say my wife. And he said, it's me. What?
Nigga.
I didn't see that shit coming.
Nigga. That's all you said.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. I saw it at like 8 in the morning.
I watched that shit this morning, nigga. I was in tears.
But it seemed like Homeboy still, while he was actively in the blender, didn't know really.
Yeah.
Or didn't care.
That's the problem with narcissism sometimes. You know what I mean?
He was repeating
You'd
shit.
rather be in the spotlight jousting than out of it looking normal. So like, you don't care in that moment. And you think you're winning. When you know, talking to him was like talking to my teenage daughter. You know, like, and I don't mean that with any disrespect, just teenagers. What I mean is like, when you talk to teenagers.
It's funny too, because I'm looking at that right now and I'm just thinking to myself, like, this guy really thought he was getting away with it. And I just like, it's that part I was laughing at when I was like, yo, he's doing all that yapping and all that talking. And I'm wondering if he really thinks right now, like, he is like believable, right? Right? Like, oh man, it's just, it just pains me. I'm all laughed out today, guys. I got to be honest here. I am completely laughed out, but this is great. This is exactly what I came on here for.
Just, all you got to do is ask him one more question. And that next question always gives you the answer you
it's
really
gonna
want.
come right out.
Yeah.
That's gonna tell you exactly what you need to know.
Are there going to be adults at the party? Yes. Are her parents going to be there? No. Who are the adults? 21.
Park your little ass there.
Yeah, exactly. Would the parents be there all night? Well, no.
He's gonna take all the shine from Cheyenne with this level of trolling. Honestly, he will. And you know what? If he does it and he rises to the level of trolling and he does a couple more of these, then he can give himself another doctorate degree. Or another doctorate degree for his achievements in the field, as he put it last time. So I mean, my guy's really out here just like trolling everybody on a high level, and like none of us even saw it. I couldn't believe it. Like, if he wasn't trolling and he was serious, then he is a ridiculously stupid person. But if he was trolling, he is an absolute genius. All right, I gotta say that right now. But I don't think he was trolling. I hope he was trolling, because if he was serious, that's embarrassing. I just can't. That level of shame, I don't even know how you attain that level of shame. It's like grandmaster's level of shame. You know what I mean?
All you gotta do is ask one more.
It's actually crazy. My guy got a degree in trolling. Yeah, absolutely. Dude probably got a doctorate from another fake school somewhere. But you know what? A degree in trolling, based on your internet accolades, that seems a little bit more believable than the one he just gave Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. So there's a couple people out here that might actually deserve that degree too. So let's be on the lookout for that after I create Yap University. It's probably one of the schools that I will will establish in that institution.
Question, you get everything you need to know if you know what to ask. And everything I asked him, just one more question. We did a special degree for her. Well, how many degrees have you ever given out? One. Then he says, in my defense, we've only been open since May. Thank you.
That shit was funny.
Yo,
Bro.
it was amazing.
I was like, Mark is finding the low-hanging fruit right now, but I'm entertained.
But honestly, at the end of the day, I think that interview helped Cheyenne Bryant. Because if you get to the end of it, you realize she had nothing to do with it. She didn't ask him for a degree. And like you said, it's in a P.O. box right now. And he was, because when I talked to him ahead of time, he made it seem like they had coordinated together. But again, you just ask one more question. That picture of them together was when he was an extra on Love and Hip Hop, I believe. So her team came out and said, like, Mark's right, like, we don't know him. So you can't blame her for that. That's not on her.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, just one more question. That's the lesson the journalists out there. Just ask one more question. Just ask the extra question.
Oh my God, bro.
That was a mess. But I was entertained.
That was a mess, but I mean, I shouldn't be the distributor of degrees either, because it would be a lineup.
You see enough degrees for you.
More people that would have some degrees.
This nigga made a whole school.
That's crazy.
Honestly, Joe Budden would have a degree from Yap University. My guy really is one of the podcast legends. I got to give him that credit right here. So, you want to talk about someone who deserves an honorary degree? Like, unironically, it would be Joe Budden, I think. And like, communications is something, I don't know, but like, dude is actually a podcast legend. So, that is funny. That is actually funny. Let's keep it going.
It's crazy. So before Umar. Wow. This shit open. They giving shit out. Wow. It's a joke. Wow.
I don't disrespect Umar. Like, Umar shit is real. This dude has some shit fake.
Yeah. I love the way Ish and Mark came in after the Umar school shit. They was like, I don't work at this school. Shut your fuck
I will work at Umar. To this day, as soon as school opens, I'm going to work.
Dr. Umar invited you to come down and speak at a school or potentially give a class in audio, visual, whatever. You wouldn't do it?
I would have to think about it. I have to talk to you.
Joe, don't play yourself. All right, you know, Dr. Umar's school is fake as well. Like, what are we talking about? Like, all right, okay, hold on. Dr. Umar's school is probably less fake than this other guy's school, but like, until I see it stand up, there was a video. I'm trying not to get sidetracked, but there was a video of Dr. Umar. He was brooming the sidewalk with a mop. I'm sorry, guys, but when I seen that, I was like, nah, get this guy out of here. I can't take these people serious anymore. All right. I was finishing up on this particular part here from the Joe Budden podcast, right? And we had Marc Lamont Hill talking about his experience about interviewing the school of whatever that school was, that fake school with dude, and how at the end of the day, you know, that wasn't necessarily something that we can blame Cheyenne Bryant on. I think what I wanted to do, they mentioned something and I saw a particular picture and I just wanted to find it together here with y'all. There was a particular picture he talked about meeting Cheyenne Bryant, and I feel like I saw it, but it was on DJ Vlad's Twitter. So give me a second, guys. Let me try to find this real quick. Wait, hold on. We could do it together. Hold on. We're gonna try to find this. We're gonna try to find this photo that this guy, well, at least that I can remember, of this dude, this old pastor, not the pastor, the old the fake university president. There we go. Mixing up my characters here today. Let's see. Let's say Cheyenne. DJ Vlad. Here it is. All right. So by the way, I forgot about this. This is the extra context for that scammer we had from earlier. The extra context here before we dropped our stream here. By the way, here is the president of the university that gave Dr. Cheyenne Bryant her PhD diploma. Aside from being the president, he is also an actor, personal trainer, motivational speaker, comedian, dancer, and host. Okay, now I'm convinced we were trolled, guys. Okay, I don't know how he has time to do it all. A true Renaissance man. All right, you know what? Let's call it what it is. We were trolled, guys. Okay, we have to accept that, and we have to believe that we were absolutely trolled. There's no way this guy was telling the truth. And at this point, we realized that he got us. Okay, he got us. It's fine. It's fine. I can accept that I got. You know, it isn't all the time that I'm okay with this reality, but like, there's no way that this guy was actually being serious when he did what he did. He was just playing the internet game, and he got us. He played it quite well. There's a video. There's something somewhere. Let me back up a little bit. There's one more I'm thinking about in particular. Here it is. This is the one. This is the one I've seen. My guy got up right here and decided, you know what? We gonna go out there and we gonna simp today. He created a fake school and he decided to hand Cheyenne Bryant a fake diploma and fake transcripts. Or all of it is a complete scam because he was trolling us the whole time. So it's not just a scam university. It's just like a whole, it's just an entire like fabrication based on Gemini or ChatGPT or Claude. Like, just take any AI you want and just like, yo, I want to make some BS up today. In fact, that stuff is so unsophisticated, the way it was presented, I don't even think you need the AI to do it. You could have just like did it straight up old school. Just go on Google and like download something and just call it a day. But honestly, this is probably one of the funniest things I've seen in quite some time. So I had a great laugh. All right, guys. I didn't want it to end the way it did before with it going out, but I think we got to a good place before we had any of those difficulties. Guys, thanks for rocking with me today. All right, we had ourselves a fun stream, and so I started thinking to myself, like, what are some of the takeaways when you think about a situation like the Dr. Cheyenne Bryant situation? Well, number one, don't ever accept anything from a fake university and a fake place. So that does a lot more to shoot down your credibility than probably anything you could probably do in the world. But in this particular case, we'll be fair. She didn't do that. She didn't accept the gift from the fake university. And so we won't hold that against her. But I will say that the whole situation related to Cheyenne Bryant is simply a situation of either pride, either ego, or whatever it is that you want to call it, that does not allow her to simply do what is necessary to prove to the people that she actually has the credentials that she claims she has. And I think the issue that she has right now, as I mentioned earlier, is that she wants to be respected as someone who has all these things, without being able to show that she's someone who has all of these things. And so can't have both. If she just wants to be Cheyenne Bryant, a good professional yapper who does very good conversations in a pop psychology type of way, then by all means, you can continue to do that. But if she wants the respect that comes with the title of being Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, then she got to put up, shut up, and actually show people what it is that they are looking for. And no amount of trolling, Amazon gowns, or funny trends and memes will be able to accomplish that. So that is the Jespective. What's yours? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you have not already, and subscribe, as I got much more content like this on the way. Guys, we're going to be doing this live stream thing again. I know I say that often, but I'm actually giving y'all a date. We're doing this again on Wednesday. So it's either on Wednesday. Y'all let me know how you feeling in the comments down below. But it's either going to be a political stream. We're going to do some, we're going to talk about the left versus lib war that's been happening. A whole bunch of nonsense I've been following, but it's pretty interesting. Or we'll get into some more like odd topics like this. I actually had a list today of topics I originally wasn't going to go through. It wasn't going to just be one, but when I saw the content that was laid before us with this interview and everything, I realized that we could dedicate the whole stream to it. So I will be back again on Wednesday. We're going to try to do some Jespective streams about 3 times a week. So wish me luck, and I hope I see y'all there with me. So until next time, YouTube, peace.